Well, welcome to another edition of Te Akau TV. I'm joined this morning by Te Akau racing manager Reece Trumper. How are you getting on today, Reece?
Yeah, good, Hazy. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Fantastic. Or I guess it's the start of another busy week this week with runners there across Hastings, Ashburton and Rotorua. We'll have a quick look at the week that's been. There were 4 winners there last week. At Timaru on Friday, we had a went pretty well to break maidens.
Yeah, she did. It was a very good effort and a very good ride by Sam Wynn. So she's got a good future ahead for us, for sure.
And on Saturday, there, the day started off well at Matamata with Romancing the Moon, followed by Wild Night, and then Challa. Do you want to just touch on those performances as well?
Yeah, Romancing the Moon was top class. She ran the quickest maiden 14 all day, and she has a very bright future ahead. Wild Night, he was excellent. He heads to the James and Annie Sada Memorial at Te Rapa, and he'll be very competitive in that. And Challa, he's very fast, and he was just too fast for that lot on Saturday. He's got a very good season ahead for him too.
Absolutely. So those are 3 or 4 horses there to keep an eye on as they progress through the next few weeks there. And a quick update there on Imperatriz. Things didn't really go to plan there in the Arrowfield stud plate.
No, her action was just a bit off, and we've sent her away for a bone scan. We haven't received the results yet, but it wouldn't surprise us if something popped up.
And Dynastic there as well on the Hawke's Bay Guineas.
Yeah, look, he's a bit of a lad, and the home track might have just got to him a bit on Saturday. Colts can quite easily switch off, but they can quite easily switch back on. So he'll head to the James and Annie Sada Memorial. We'll just continue on with our normal path with him.
Good as gold. Well, let's kick off there down at the Hawke's Bay. Our first runners there, of which there are 3 of them in total, is in race 6, the Group 3 Red Badge Spring Sprint, open handicap over the 1400 metres. We've got last season's joint filly of the year, Self Obsession, New Zealand Bloodstock filly of the year, and of course the 1,000 Guineas winner, the Perfect Pink, kicking off their spring campaigns. Yeah,
look, the track's very wet down Hastings, so they probably both will stay in their box and wait for Te Rapa, but Self Obsession, she's really developed into a big, strong girl over the winter break she had after the Oaks. She looks absolutely amazing, and she had an exhibition gallop at Matamata last Saturday, and Michael McNabb was very complimentary of her. 1400 would probably be a bit short of her best fresh up, but she'll certainly be fine in the line late.
Believe she has won down there before in the Lowland as well, so likes the course as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll hold her in good stead as well.
Cool. And the Perfect Pink?
Yeah, she strengthened up really a lot really as well after the Oaks. 1400 will suit her fresh up. She's working very well too, and it wouldn't surprise me if she was right in the finish as well.
Fantastic. And race 8 there, the Group 1 Livermore Classic weight for age race over 40 metres. We've got Prix de Fer. He's 5 times Group 1 placed, and I thought he was an eye catcher there in the Arrowfield stud plate last weekend.
Yeah, he certainly deserves his Group 1. Yeah, he was a massive run last Saturday. It was good because he was back in the paddock an hour after the race, so they shouldn't have taken a hell of a lot out of him, and getting up to 2,000 metres will suit, as we've aimed him for this race since he won the Canterbury Gold Cup last autumn, so we're on track for that.
Fantastic. And moving across to Ashburton there on Saturday, we kick off in race 6, the Group 3 Barneswood Farm Stakes, a traditional, quite a good lead-up race here to the 1,000 Guineas. It's for the 3-year-olds under set weight conditions over 1,400 metres. We've got last start winner One Kiss drawn at barrier 6 with Kozzy Asano on board.
Yeah, look, she's drawn to get a great run over 1,400. 1,400 should suit her as well. She'll get midfield one off somewhere, and she should prove very hard to beat as she beat majority of these last start.
Fantastic. And I Choose You there, drawn barrier 2.
Yeah, sectionals were excellent in the Canterbury Bell, so 1,400 metres should suit her as long as she just relaxes, because she'll be on the rail 2-3 back, so she can tend to overdo things, but if she doesn't overdo things, she'll be right in the finish as well.
And of course, she's twice Group 2 placed there in the Matamata Breeders' Stakes and the Eclipse Stakes as well. So it'll be interesting to see how she goes there on Saturday. Moving down to race 7, the Agriforum Growing Innovation Stewards Handicap Trial, open handicap over the 1,200. We've got Summer Monsoon, drawn barrier 1 with Jason Laking on board.
Yeah, he loves the South Island Summer Monsoon. It was a good dominant win last start. 61 kgs doesn't really bother me with him because he's a very big, strong horse. And he won this race last year, actually, so he should be competitive yet again.
And also tried his hand at hurdling there in the winter.
Yeah, it's obviously sparked him up. He just got a bit dour there late in the autumn, so Mark's done a good job to really turn him around.
Few tricks up the sleeve. And then race 8, the McRae Painters and Decorators Ashburton Cup. Open handicap over the mile. We've got Zaluminous drawn barrier 9 with Kozi Asano on board.
Yeah, she's racing very well, and it looks like the mile's going to suit her. She was obviously stakes placed over a mile down the South Island last season, so that should hold her in great stead. And I was speaking to Hunter Durant this morning, and he said her work during the week's been top class, so I'd expect her to be right in the finish.
Great. And race 10, the Savile Row and Vespa standing at Mapley Stud, rating 75, benchmark 1400. We've got Navelha drawn barrier 9. I thought he was quite good there last time out.
Yeah, look, he's gone well all preparation so far. So he'll jump from barrier 7. He's drawn 9, but a couple on the ballot, so he should come in a couple more spots. So he should get a good run over the 1400. He's got Jason Laking aboard, and he's only positive, so he should run well again.
And Illicit Miss on the ballot there has won her last 2 starts. Drawn quite wide there in barrier 15. Will she get a run?
Look, we'll try and get her there. We want to try and get her to Riccarton the following week, so we'd like to run her there. 1400 is obviously going to be short of her best, but I'd expect her to be running home well.
And Image of You, 4th on the ballot there, no jockey listed as well.
Yeah, sadly, she's 5th on the ballot, but look, I reckon she ran in the strongest 75-1200 of the season at Ruakaka the other day, and she ran very well. So if she was to get a start, she'd be my clear top pick, but she might be a doubt of getting a run.
Fantastic. And moving across to Rotorua there on Sunday, again, pretty soft conditions there. It's coming up a soft 7 as of this morning. We kick off in race 1, the Arawa Park Hotel Rotorua 3-year-old. It's under set weight and penalty conditions for the 3-year-olds, as I mentioned. Last start, impressive winner in his 2-year-old season, the Sotono Aladdin Gelding Kabuki. He's got a bit of a rap on him, this horse.
Yeah, he's a very nice horse by Sotono Aladdin. He did a good job in his only start as a 2-year-old. His first trial at Tauranga was very good. I think he just missed the blinkers at Te Awamutu, but they'll go on Saturday, and I believe he will be hard to beat.
And Stony Brick drawn barrier 3 with Lisa Allpress on board.
Yeah, he keeps running very well, very good races. He just keeps letting himself down by pulling so hard early. But Lisa's the right lady for the job, and she'll get him to settle from that gate, hopefully. So he'll run another honest race.
Yeah, there'll be some form that'll come out of this by the look of it. There's some top-class gallopers floating around in there. Race 2, the TW Moore 1400. It's a maiden race. We've got Espionage drawn barrier 1 with OP Boston on board. He probably deserves a win, this horse.
Yeah, he does. He just got bogged down on the inside at Matamata last start. He still ran well. He was in a rating 60, not a maiden. So back to maidens should help him. He's got Opie on board, so that'll help him. And I think he can win this race, yes, for sure.
And the horse that I struggle to pronounce from time to time, Savoir Ferrer, drawn a barrier 10 with Michael McNabb on board. Nice placing for last start.
Yeah, we keep drawing terrible gates with this horse. We drew terrible at Matamata, Avondale, and now Rotorua. But look, he'll get back from there. He's more of a derby type of horse, and that's what the plan is with him. And McNabb got on with him really well last start, so I'd expect him to be fine in the line again.
Great. And race 4, the Swanee Townsend Insurance Brokers 1400, rating 75 benchmark. She's a show-off. Will enjoy the conditions like she did there last start. Yeah,
she will, and getting up to 1400 will only help her. Lisa obviously is a good lightweight jockey, and the form out of that race at Tauranga stacked up nicely with our other horse that was in that race, Hero Warship, running a very nice race at Matamata last Saturday. So I'd expect her to run very well.
And race 5, the Group 3 Swaney Stakes, weight for age over 1,215 metres. Some interesting form in this race. Brando ran a bit of a head scratcher last start at Ruakaka. He has drawn barrier 4 with Opie Boston on board.
Yeah, it was a very below par effort from Brando first up, but we've freshened him up since then. He's really thrived since then. His trial at Te Awamutu was top class, and the blinkers go on him on Saturday. He should bounce back to his best.
Great. And race 6, the Campbell Infrastructure, 12 and 15 metres, running 65 benchmark. We've got Kai. It was good to see him break maidens last start after stringing up a handful of seconds there.
Yeah, she really deserved that win, and the form out of that race has been good with Alunda coming out and running second to Romancing the Moon last Saturday. Opie on top will only help her, and I think she's very well placed in this race.
And Hayati, drawn barrier 3 with Craig Girls on board.
Yeah, she really disappointed at Taupo because we quite like this mare, and we've just freshened her up a little bit after that run, and I would stick with her for this. She's a very nice mare.
Great. And Polly Plum, drawn barrier 10 with Lisa Allpress on board.
Yeah, look, she ran really well in a strong 65 race at Te Rapa last start. She's drawn a bit of a sticky gate, but Lisa's one of the best, and she'll be able to sort that. If she runs as good as she looks, she should be winning this.
And race 7, the listed Stephanos Classic, open handicap over 1,950 metres. We've got Aromatic, drawn barrier 1 with Craig Girls on board.
Yeah, it's hard to knock her form. She just keeps running into one better every time, but if any horse deserves a stakes win, it's her. And getting up to 1950 should suit her. I think she can get some of this.
And Soprano Supreme, drawn barrier 7, in the market for the New Zealand Cup. Is that the plan?
Yes, it would be. I'll just forget her last run at Ruakaka. It was very hard for them to make ground on that very hard track, and she gets back to a track that she likes, and she'll enjoy the cut out of it. Getting up to 1950 will only enhance her chances, so I expect Smoke and Joe to bring back her to her best form.
Fantastic. Well, that wraps up the runners for the weekend. Thanks for your time, Reese, and well done on your Te Akau TB solo debut. Best bet, we probably need one from you after a couple of poor performances the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think One Kiss is going to be very hard to beat. She's beaten that lot already and proven herself. I think she's the one to beat.
Fantastic. Well, there you go. One Kiss there at Ashburton on Saturday. And a quick look ahead to the week that is at next week. So, as Reese mentioned, we've got the James and Annie Sarden Memorial there at Te Rapa, and also the Soliloquy Stakes. So some good racing action to come as we close the book on the Hawke's Bay Spring Carnival. So stay dry. Hopefully the tracks dry up around the country, and we'll see you again next week there, Reese.
Cheers, Hazy. Thank you.